So you'll tag us, right?
Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. Today we have two special co-hosts. We have Vonda Montgomery and Crystal Baker. And our special guest is Eva Constance. Thank you and have a good day.
Welcome to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. Today, guys, I have two special co-hosts in for me today. I have Vonda Montgomery and Crystal Baker.
Hey,
Welcome them. Good evening.
Good evening.
So,
I'm glad
guys,
to be here.
thank you. So, how you guys doing today?
I'm good.
Good.
Really good.
You good? Good.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell y'all something. So, anybody got anything they want to share today? You know, something you might have seen in the news or something like that? No?
On a lighter note, because there is so many heavy things going on in the world. On a lighter note, I would like to say something that I heard that was very, it wasn't strange, but it was kind of like, what? So anyway, they're going to stop the daylight savings time. This spring ahead was the last time that they're going to do anything with the time here in Minnesota. I know not all states, because like Arizona, they don't even change time. But Illinois, from what I remember, they do go forward and go back and fall. Am I right?
Yeah.
So, they said they're going to stop that. They're not going to bother the time anymore. It's just going to stay like it is from now on. And I was like, well, wow, it's been that way since I've been born. So it was just kind of like a wow.
Yeah.
And then who makes the decision and why, to stop that?
Yeah, that you know what? We got so many things that they need to be addressing and fighting, battles that they need to be fighting and fires they need to be putting out. But they're so concerned about this daylight savings. What about this freaking gas price? When are they going to do anything about that? Okay, you giving people free gas in some of these gas stations and stuff. But what about that? What about the prices of food? When you go into the grocery store, it's so ridiculous now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you either you got to make a decision of you gonna buy gas or you gonna buy food nowadays. Seem like, and it's a shame. Yeah. Hello, Gloria Bright.
I'm sorry.
And it's a shame.
It's on my phone.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's.
I'm sorry.
You got it?
It's on my phone. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that's good. That's a good one to talk about. So, yeah. So, what do you have today, Vonda, that you want to talk about? Anything you want to discuss?
Oh, hey, everybody. I want to say hello to everybody. Who we got on there? My cousin Karen on here. Hi, Karen. My mom, Gloria Bright. That's my mom.
Oh, hey, Ma.
Yeah. Hey, Ray. Yeah, everybody. Well, the one thing that concerned me is going on in the neighborhood. And they don't talk about it too much on the news, but you see it a lot. I live in the inner city in Baltimore. And so I see a lot. And I don't know if y'all notice gentrification is going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really bad. Like where I live at, I'm right in the inner city. And I'm trying to hold out. I'm staying here. They knocking down buildings. It's an old school building right across the street from me. They when I first moved in this area, it was for single moms and children. It was like a shelter for them, like a place for them. So they moved all of them out. That's when Trump came into office. They moved all of them out, gave them vouchers for homes, and now they turn it down. I guess they're gonna put like some more expensive apartments up there. So that's my main issue. And to think about it, and then we got people, the guys, they still walking around. Our brothers still walking around. They on the corner, and they don't see what's going on right in front of their face. don't see it because they doing other things. I'm like, do y'all see they coming in and taking out the neighborhood and they doing other things, and we just allowing it, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
So that's one of my issues I have. What's going on with me here? That's the biggest fright. When I walk through the city, I walk one way up to John Hopkins area hospital. Beautiful up there. Just go over the train under the bridge. Come back over the bridge. You can tell the difference. I'm like, this is crazy. So that's just my big thing. Hey Ursula. So basically, yeah. So that's what's going on over here, and also the killing that's going on, and
that's like everywhere.
It's everywhere. Single out and to me, what I think what's going on with the killing is that they don't want to help because it's a part of the gentrification. So if they come in, they letting the crime happen, so they can be the savior to come in. Oh, let's clean it up.
Yeah.
Let's clean it up. But what they're doing is they're letting the crime happen. So when they come in to clean it up, they turning it around.
Yeah.
They're turning it around, knocking down, making the rent so high people can't afford it. So it's a lot that we sit back and we watch, and people not really paying attention to the moves that they're making, and things are passing us by. They are really passing us by. People, they sell their homes. I wish people didn't sell their homes, but you gotta do something. But they don't want to give you. They don't want to give you what your home is worth.
No, they're not going to give it to you.
And people, but because they our Black owners, sometimes they need the money. Of course, they're going to take it. But come on now, if you're offering me a home for $100,000, you're going to make 3 times that.
Yep.
3 times that.
Yep, exactly.
But we're not educated in that part, and it's not our fault because we're just not educated in that. In that part, we have to get educated. We got to start teaching. We got to start learning, listening, and just watching. You can actually just watch to see what's going on around here.
Good afternoon, Danielle, Ursula, Ray, Karen, Stephanie Rose. Oh, I did say Karen. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. I wanted to say that to you guys. Okay, we have a comment here. I don't know whoever this is on Facebook user. How you doing? I'm thinking it might be what's this? Beatty. So they can increase the property value, and you would have to sell. That's why they're doing gentrification. Yeah, that is so true. That's true. Yes, New York is getting really bad with the shootings and subway crimes. Oh yeah, that last shooting in the subway of New York, wasn't that New York where that man went off and he shot all
the subway station.
Yeah, that is. And but the sad part though, it's not just in New York that this is happening. It's happening all around the world. It's just that they don't talk about it as much because it's happening in our communities. So they don't talk about it as much because of that, because they don't really care what goes on in our communities really, unless there is others there, and that's just keeping it real.
That's true.
It's sad. Yes, it is. It's very sad. Yep. So we got new comments. Hey, Margaret Green. Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. That's what it
was. Okay. Yeah. So, what I got a few things I wanted to talk about. Well, y'all know I'm finna talk about we finna talk about Kim Kardashian first of all. Kim Kardashian is back in the news, huh? Kanye West, y'all. So Kim Kardashian cries because Kanye West retrieves the rest of her sex videotapes. This man is bogus. So he met up with Ray J. He met up with Ray J to get the computer containing the hard drive, which it has the footage of her and her sexual acts.
That's terrible.
He bogus. Well, I guess that's allegedly. Okay, that's allegedly.
Okay.
Like, why would he want it? Like, that's so long ago in her past. Why?
Well,
he needs some help. That's just.
Yeah, well, you know, he gonna do whatever he can because he's angry with her. He's very angry with her. That's what he's doing. He's gonna do whatever he can because he want to make her look like she's unfit to be taking care of them kids. He don't want to pay. He probably don't want to pay alimony and child support, which he probably won't have to pay her alimony because she's rich herself.
Exactly.
Because of those videotapes. Allegedly.
Exactly. That's terrible.
She kind of made me want to think about, hey,
you know what?
Do it.
What we gonna get for that? What we gonna get for that?
Right.
The way things going around here.
And before she had, she said that's before his time and stuff. And before she had babies with him last night. Like, yeah, exactly. But he don't care. He want to get her whatever way he possibly can. But hey, if I can make her money,
But why would Ray J even give it to him? Like,
well, he gave it to him. They said he gave it to allegedly. They said he gave him the computer that had the hard drive of what he had done.
He must have paid.
He probably did. You know,
he did. Money.
You know he did. So my other thing is, they said an Illinois family found preserved McDonald's food from half a century in the home of their walls. And they said that as they were doing renovations, they found a bag, a McDonald's bag of French fries inside the wall. So could you imagine what that probably was like? Think about it. Okay, rodents. You think this is?
Well, that's the picture of it.
Yeah, this is the picture of it. And they said it was from 60 years ago.
Really?
Now, them fries don't even look like they molded now.
That's the thing.
But look at the bag, though. You look at the bag. They said the way they had it wrapped up. Look at the bag, so you could tell that's old because I ain't seen this kind of stuff ever.
No, what I was trying to say is, if it preserved that good, you know they say McDonald's stuff is just not real.
Oh yeah. But they said that this is what they said though about it though. They said that the lady said that it was wrapped up in a towel. She said it was wrapped up in a towel. She said so her first thought was it was something else. She wasn't expecting it to be food. She thought it was something else. She said it scared her because she got small children. And so she said when they found out that what it was, that it was McDonald's, they had wrapped it up and put it in their wall. But could you imagine what that was like? I mean, my first thing would be rodents would be in the wall, inside the wall because of it.
But you can tell they probably wasn't because that's a lot of food left.
Yeah. That's crazy though. I'm wondering to myself, was they saving it so like if back in those days they was having the wars and stuff and they wanted to make sure that they didn't starve or something. I'm wondering if that's what happened. But in the old homes here in Illinois, they find some of everything. I heard about the man who found gold pieces in the wall. He found they found millions of dollars in gold pieces inside of the wall that they were renovating the property. They didn't turn it in, but I heard that, so it happens all the time.
You find everything in the wall, dead bodies. I heard of
exactly.
It's a body found in the wall.
Yeah, especially if you find one of them homes where there used to be the big mobs and stuff like that. I guarantee you find that kind of stuff in there. Ain't no telling who you find up in there. An apple in their mouth and they just their bones left.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, so you just never know what's gonna happen in the world that we live in today. We got so much crazy stuff going on. But guys, it is time for us to bring on our guest for today, Miss Eva Constance. I'm sure she's ready to come out and tell us a little bit about her and her R&B career.
Yay!
Hey, Eva, how are you?
Hi, how are you guys? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has.
Hey.
So how you been?
I've been pretty good. I've been gearing up for my next single release and music video.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, okay. So tell the people who you are and tell them a little bit about yourself. Don't go into no whole big old, but just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get carried away when you ask them about themselves, and they just, before you know it, they done took the whole show telling you about themselves. We got questions.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to keep it pretty short and sweet. I mean, I've been doing music ever since I was little. I was brought up in the choir as a young child. My grandmother forced me in there at the time. And then over time, I grew to like it. I wrote my first song when I was 12. I started recording maybe when I was about 16. And I came professionally into the music industry in 2018, but I pulled back a little bit, and then I released my first debut single, Selfish, which did really good. And then I released my second single, Tangler, and then I just put out a single called Forget Me, which I put out last year, along with the music video. So that's basically me in a gist.
Oh, okay. So what about your acting career? Are you still doing any acting?
As of right now, I'm going to tell you, it's really hard to try and do acting in Florida. There's not that much going on. Okay. If you go lower into Miami, it's a little better, but it's not like LA or New York. So right now I'm kind of taking a hiatus from the acting. But I mean, hey, if you know any roles, I totally go for it.
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind because I am looking for putting my cast together again for my stage play, and we're also gonna film it. We're gonna actually put the film together for it to be on the big screen. So wow. I will be looking for some actors and stuff. So I will. I think next week on Tuesday's show, I'm gonna actually post my casting sheet up so that if anybody's interested in trying out for a part in it, they can reach out to me.
That sounds good. Yeah.
That's awesome, Laura.
That's big stuff.
I'm gonna see who I can. I'm gonna look at it, see if I can find me in one of your casts.
Oh, I think I can. I think I can find you in there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah. So Vonda, did you have any questions for Miss Eva?
Hi, Miss Eva. Hey. Yes, I do. One of my questions when I was reading your bio, was notice that you said when you write that you were writing at the time that helps you deal with your trauma.
Yeah.
So were some of your songs dealt with your trauma? That's some of the words that you put into the songs that helped you out a lot?
Yeah. Actually, my first debut single, Selfish, was kind of my last, I guess, output of the situation that I was in prior to that. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of just a song to kind of wrap up and close that door because I went through a lot of stuff with that single, and it was hard to really kind of express that without music. So that was the only way that I could get it out and just put it out in the world and move on from it.
Yeah,
because it was pretty traumatic. There's a lot of ups and downs and stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's cool. That's awesome. That's also would be a form of therapy, right? For you, for anybody. They said to write it out, but you put it into a song, so that was really, really amazing.
Yeah. There's also a thing called music theory, which people use for therapeutic reasons, and it's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So, who else inspired you? Like, what made you want to start singing? I know you said you started in church.
Yeah.
singing. So what else inspired you to sing, to write, or
Well, I've always been a writer, but I think it had to stem from my father. My dad, when I was a child, my dad would always kind of do like rhymes and rap inside of the house. And that kind of gave me an idea of just learning how to put words together and make them rhyme. And that's kind of, I think, where my writing skills came from. It developed from my dad. Yeah.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Crystal, do you have any questions for Eva?
My question was, do you have any children? Do you have a family?
I don't have any kids. I do have a boyfriend, long-time boyfriend. But
you said boyfriends? Did you say boyfriends?
Yeah.
Boyfriends, huh?
Yeah.
And they okay with that?
She said one.
Oh, okay.
Young lady, so that
I was
Waiting.
you thinking on yourself, right, girl? They were supposed to do that.
No, just one. I mean, if you want to consider animals pets or like consider animals as children, I have two.
Okay,
Most people do.
Yeah. You have two fur babies then, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have two fur babies.
Okay. That's good. So, I always ask you to sing, but I know that you told me that you can't sing today.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to say to you, I wanted to ask you this question. So now I'm looking at you today and I'm saying to myself, wow, why does she look so familiar to me? You looking like, okay, I'm going to say it. You favoring Aaliyah right now.
He does favor.
Yeah. You're favoring Aaliyah right now. So I'm looking and I just.
Especially with the hair, her hair.
Yeah, I think it's the hairstyle that's got her really looking like her today. So I think that's like actually I think that's a good thing. I don't know are you a fan of Aaliyah's?
Yeah, I love Aaliyah. She's like my biggest inspiration. But I mean, like, this is me. But that's cool. That's
great. Yeah. Okay. I seen that you're doing a lot of photo shoots and stuff too. I'm excited. I'm so excited for you because, I think that's a great thing when you go for what you really want to do in life. I think it's very important. It plays a major part in your life.
Exactly. I've been through a lot and I've been trying for so long to do what I'm doing now. And for me to be able to do that now, I think one, it was the right time. And two, I had to go through whatever I went through in order to manage what I'm doing now. And I think it's because I needed a story. I needed something to tell people, not just to be like, hey, I'm Eva Constance. I need something that people are going to not only maybe connect to, but learn from.
Yeah, that's true. So if you was to, would you ever consider doing a gospel album or a single? And if you do, who would inspire you to do that? Like, what artist?
I mean, I grew up in the church choir, so definitely have that embedded in me. And I actually wouldn't mind doing that. I actually did that, I think, when I was 17 years old. I went to this church that was in Connecticut, where I'm from. And they had this group. It was a duo. And they were recording music and having their own little music program at the church. So I did actually record quite a few church songs, even though you probably can't find them on the internet. I don't know where they are now. They might have them. But, I wouldn't mind doing that. And one person I would definitely want to work with is Yolanda Adams. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A beast.
Yeah, I love me some Yolanda Adams.
A good one.
Yes, the good one. Yeah.
What artists have you worked with? Any artists in the R&B? Have you worked with anyone?
As far as the only artist that I've worked with so far, his name is, I'm not really sure how to say his name, but it's TR3DAY exclamation point. I did a single with him last year, and called Your Mind. It was really fun, actually. It came out really, really good. It's actually one of our most popular singles. So that's kind of so that's basically who I work with so far.
Okay.
Okay. Crystal, you have anything you want to add?
Not too much. I was kind of hoping we was going to get to hear her sing. So she didn't get to
No, she's a little under the weather today.
This morning, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
She said, Danielle said, yep, she does. I got that same vibe with beautiful Laura Simmons. Aaliyah look absolutely beautiful. Yeah, she said you're absolutely beautiful. Yes, thank you, Danielle. Yeah, I was gonna say to you, I just recently, about a couple of months ago, I interviewed this guy named Lafayette. Lafayette actually worked with LL Cool J. He was actually on LL Cool J's label. I'm gonna what I'll probably do is try and hook you up with him to reach out to him and stuff, because Lafayette has a lot of connections with a lot of the big artists.
Yeah.
And he have connections with, like I said, LL Cool J. He was actually on LL Cool J's label for a few years.
Wow.
And and he's right now he's into his arts. He's doing more of arts, illustrations and things like that. But he's a good person to connect with, because guess what? He's in California. So he would be somebody you want to connect with. So what I'm going to do after the show is I'm going to send you his Instagram page, and then you just try and connect with him. And I'll let him know though ahead of time, because I do know him personally. So I will connect with him and let him know as well that you're going to reach out to him. Yeah. Because if you go and check his music out, I can't think of his name, what his stage name is. I forgot what his stage name is, but he got some really nice music. He has really good music out, and it's not all that cussing and carrying on in there like some rappers. They think that that's what they gotta do to be successful, is they gotta do a whole bunch of cussing and degrading women and stuff like that. And you don't. There is a way that you can sing and you can rap without using all the words that they use, disrespecting women.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood this. One of the things that don't get me wrong. I mean, that's their style, and whatever they like it, But I just never understood how women could actually drive down the street blasting music when the men are degrading us. I just never understood that.
It's like a catch-22.
Huh?
It's kind of like a catch-22.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just not something I would listen to. I even explained that to my son. I even told him the same thing. I will not promote music like that. First of all, I have books out that are for inspiring young ladies and young men. So that will go against what I stand for. If I'm allowing that kind of stuff, because that's against my character. So yeah, he doesn't do all that. That's what I'm saying to you. He doesn't do all the cussing. He has some of his music has a little bit of little foul language in it and stuff. But in his songs, I noticed that he don't call women out their name.
That's good.
Because you got to think about it. Think about it like this. This is the way I see it. I see it like this. Would you want somebody calling your mom out of her name like that? No. So why would you call other women that? Because when you say those things, when guys say that kind of stuff, you're actually talking about your mom too, your sisters, your aunties, your grandmother. So I'm just that, I'm just not that person that will, that's gonna listen to that kind of music. So
I really agree on that. Definitely.
Yeah. So I think that, like I said, I think he'll be a good person for you to connect with.
That sounds great.
So Eva, does your father, he enjoy your music?
Yeah, he's like one of my biggest fans.
That's good.
Every time I go home to visit, my dad just starts putting on my music videos, and he's like, "This is my favorite right here," and then he'll play the next one. "This is my favorite right here," and I'm like, "You just played all 3 of my songs. They're all your favorites."
All your favorites. You probably just can't choose one.
Yeah.
They all your favorites.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's what you need. You need family to back you up and support you when you make decisions and you make moves like that and things like that. That is so important. It was just like I was just explaining to the ladies today. I was having one of my moments today, and the best conversation that the best thing that really actually helped me was talking to one of my siblings, one of my brothers. And one of my brothers, he kind of like gave me a little advice, and he like gave me, it's like that pep talk that I actually look for from my mom, but she's not here. And sometimes I could hear her and she'll tell me, "Girl, you better get up," you know. But yeah, that's when you have them as your biggest supporters and stuff, that's so important to have your family as your biggest supporters.
Definitely.
Very important. Very important. So, Eva, would you consider writing a book about, like, would you turn your songs into a book?
That's a good idea. Yeah, I would. I actually have a book. It's not about me, but since I was a writer when I was a little kid, back in, I think it was high school, I had like spring break off and I didn't know what to do. I had nothing to do. So I decided to wake up every single day and write a book, like from a dream I had.
Yeah.
And the whole thing in like a week.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like 300 and something pages. And to this day, I guess I'm procrastinating, but to this day, I haven't finished typing it, but I have it completely written out, ready to go. Like, I could publish it if I wanted to. It's just very tedious, I would say.
Yeah.
And a little bit on the procrastination side.
Yeah.
Maybe
that was getting ready to say, that's more like it. It's more procrastination. Because it's not that hard. A lot of people think that writing a book is really hard. It's really not. It takes, I mean, like when I wrote my book, Little Sisters Listen Up, it was a dream. It was a dream. It was about a dream, and it was God. God led me to my writing, because I remember, like I was telling somebody else that when I wrote my book, Little Sisters Listen Up, the Lord woke me up at 4 a.m. for a whole year, 1 year. And I was writing these notes on a piece of paper. I never forget it. I was writing it in this notebook. It was a notebook that I would keep next to my bed. And I wrote it in this book for 1 year. He would wake me up every morning, 4 a.m., no matter what. I was 4 a.m. So, what I was always told as a young girl, that when the Lord wake you up at that time, that's the time that you're supposed to begin to pray. Because that means whatever, like if he wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you're woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's because you're supposed to get down on your knees. You're supposed to be praying and talking to him, because it's something that you need to hear, or it's something that he needs to tell you. And you know, that's important, very important. And so that's the reason why he wakes you up at some of the strangest times. And when it happens, you're supposed to get down on your knees, and you're supposed to pray and talk to him about it. And he makes the vision more clear to you of what it is that you're supposed to do. So that's what he did with me when I wrote my book. He gave me the vision clear, and I wrote the vision out, but I didn't understand the vision that he had given to me. I didn't understand it at the time. But sometimes sometimes when we have those dreams, or we have those visions, or something that's come to you like in the middle of the night or something, that's God telling you what it is that he wants you to do, and you got to follow through on it. It was something else that the Lord had gave to me, and I did not follow through on it, and I regret it, because guess what, I seen somebody else with it afterwards. A year later, that somebody else had it, the idea that he had gave me. He woke me up in the morning. I had wrote it in this little book, but I couldn't find the book. I don't know where I put the little book at. But when I seen it, I said, dang, that was what I was supposed to do. The Lord had gave me that in a vision already. So when he give you something and he tell you something you're supposed to do, so your book, the book you were just talking about, is something that you're supposed to do, but you just haven't figured out, you haven't made the time to put it together. So that book may mean something. You may not think it means too much. It was just a dream to you, but it meant something. It's just that you got to carry it out. You got to follow through on it and carry out what he's telling you. It's something he wants you to share.
Yeah, that does make sense.
So make sure that you follow through on it, because it's so important. When he give you something, it's something that you have to follow through on, because the Lord is something awesome. He is awesome. You know, I'm gonna say this because I was having a really, really rough day today. And I was so angry today. But I thank God for sending my brother when he did, because I was self-destruct today. I was ready to self-destruct me because I was angry about some things. But you know, he, like I said, he know when you need, who you need in your corner at what time. He knows what you need in the corner at the right time. He never leaves you. He never leave you.
Omnipresent.
Huh?
Omnipresent.
That's right.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, it's good. I was checking out some of your poses and stuff. I thought that was so cool. I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is doing her thing. I'm so proud of you. I feel like, you know, like you one of my own kids or something. So I'm just like proud of you. I'm so proud of the things that I see you doing. You guys, you guys gotta go follow her. Tell them where they can find you at.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram at Eva Constance Official, Spotify, Eva Constance, YouTube is Eva Constance Vivo. Let's see, Twitter is official Eva C. My website, evaconstancemusic.com. And basically on my website, you can find everything. So yeah.
Very good. Now, how old are you, Eva?
I'm 28.
Okay.
Really? I don't know why I thought you was younger than that.
Me too. That's what I said.
Everyone does.
Oh yeah, she said.
Eva finished typing your book. Thanks for the testimony. Oh,
yeah, encouraging.
I'll get to it.
Your testimony also, and for giving Eva a great word of encouragement. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to, honestly, guys, we have to encourage each other. We have to keep each other encouraged, because you know what? There are so many things that tear us down each and every day, all day, every day. So if one person just reach out to another person to encourage them, that you just help somebody out.
Yes, the world is brutal. The world is
very brutal.
And I know everybody.
Well, not the world. I would say the people in the world. The world is beautiful. It's
that's specific. Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody was saying just recently. He was talking about. He said that back when he was growing up, he said he lived in the country. He was from the country, and he said that in the country, you know, people speak to people. You don't have to know the person. Said when he got here to I think he was in New York. He said when he got to New York, he realized, he said, oh, you can't do that SHD like you did it when I was doing in the South. He said, they look at you like, man, what's your problem?
Yeah, that's true.
And it's true. It's so true. Because I remember when I was young and my mom took me to Little Rock, Arkansas. I had never been there. And I had went there for the first time. And I remember my mom was speaking to all these people. And I said, Mom, you know them? She said, no. She said, that's what we do down here. I said, oh, okay. So we get back home. I'm doing this. They're looking at me like I had a problem. I said, dang. I said, and that's the problem, though. And it's so many people like that, though. I don't get it. I mean, I had that t-shirt. I got a t-shirt out that said, say hello, it's free. Because it is. It's free. If somebody speak to you, just say hello. It ain't going to hurt you. It's not going to take nothing off you. You know, I mean, they start asking for money, then that's a different story. But But just to say hello back to somebody is not a hard thing to do.
Right.
You know. So Eva, what is your take on family?
Family? Oh well, family is very important. That's your stepping stone. That's your rock. That's your shield. That's everything.
Yeah, it is.
And
so,
yeah, go ahead.
So when you do your videos, do you dance?
The Forget Me video, I did a little bit, but not a lot. Energy, the one that's coming, I'm gonna have full for choreography with, and I'm so excited but so nervous.
Oh, why are you nervous?
Because I mean, I've always danced as a kid, but I haven't like done it in so long that I'm nervous to even step into like a location where you're going to learn choreography with other people. Because like I see so many like professional dancers, and I'm just like, should I go there and just learn some choreography just to have it under my belt? But then I'm like, I get so nervous because it's like, dang, I'm kind of just comparing myself to them, I think. And I think that's probably my problem. But I get nervous just thinking about it.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't know how to dance, but you know, I always like to watch videos. And sometimes what I do is I'll dance and watch myself in the mirror dancing. It helps. It's a way. What I learned is that's how, like, when I do motivational speaking events, I practice in the mirror. So that's what I learned, that you have to practice stuff in the mirror to see yourself first, and then you're ready for the world to see you. So it's so important to, you know, take that little time, get you one of them little stand-up mirrors and just do your dance in front of it. I don't know how to dance, so don't, you know, I can't teach you, but
you can get a private person come in and just you and that person do a one-on-one dance before you go out, you know.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to be doing because I'm too nervous. Like, but yeah, I'm very excited to try it. And I mean, I'm good when I learn choreography. I'm pretty good at that. But as far as like freestyle, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
not yet. Anyway.
Yeah. You have friends that know how to dance?
Do I? I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot of friends that are musicians and artists and singers, but not a dancer yet.
It's so funny because I was just thinking when I was asking you that question. I remember when we was younger, Janet Jackson had came out with that song, I Miss You Much. She came out with that song, Miss You Much, and I never forget, I had them shoes that she had on in that video. And my sister, one of my sisters, her name is Rosemary. She was trying to teach us that dance. We was like actually supposed to be doing the choreography. I never knew how. I always had 2 left feet. But now my other sisters, they can dance their butt off. Me, I never could dance. I always thought I could sing, but they told me I can't sing either. But
well, you got a book. I mean, you're a good writer.
Yeah,
you write your book, so that's something different.
Yeah, maybe I could write some music. Maybe I'll start trying to do that. Write the music. I
gotta learn music theory for that.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, you just have to find a friend or somebody that actually likes to dance and things like that, and they can help you out with a little bit of some of the moves and stuff like that. You watch some of those YouTube videos and stuff. I'm gonna tell you, my daughter like the YouTube queen.
Oh,
she will YouTube something in a minute. If there's a new dance out or something, she'll get on there and Google it, and she'll do her YouTube thing. She told me, she was telling me a while back, about a year ago. She was telling me, I was like, I said, so do you know how to put gas in the car? She said, no, I don't. She said, but I can YouTube it.
Oh, wow.
She's young. She's
everything on YouTube.
Yeah, she told me, she said, I could YouTube it. I'll find out how to do it.
You find out everything.
Wow. Yeah, you can. There's so much stuff on YouTube that you wouldn't even think is on there. It's on there. I just get shocked every time that I randomly come up upon some weird video, and I'm like, is this really on YouTube?
Yeah, one of them singers, it was a song that was out there. It was really, really popular, and he was a dance that went with the song. He was actually teaching it on YouTube, because I was trying to follow him, but like I said, I got 2 left feet and I didn't do too good with it. But they got this new thing out that they're doing, because I seen Kevin Hart doing it. I said, I could do that. I know I can do that.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get in the mirror and try
Don't
it.
hurt your ankles, Laura.
Okay, here you go. But yeah, so do you have fun when you doing your music, when you writing and singing and stuff? Do you have fun doing it?
Yeah. Most of the time when I do get a demo or an instrumental, I listen to it first, and most likely within the first 5 seconds, I will know if I like it or I'm gonna be like, next. Because I have a certain vibe that I get from it right off the rip, and if my mind is already going with lyrics, I'm ready to go and I want it. But if that doesn't happen, I'm like, nah, next.
So when the demo comes to you, do the words on there? You just listen to the words, or you just listen to like the beat of it?
Yeah, most of the time it's the beat itself, because I write all my music. So
Okay.
Do you ever get other artists that send you music that you know that they want you to sing or anything yet?
So like a feature? Yeah. Yeah, there's I did one with Try, and he wants to do it again. Which we will be working on in the future. Not right now, because I'm kind of swamped with energy, but definitely. And I have another one that I'm still trying to get to. It's really hard and complicated, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to one this young lady. She was saying that Drake had wanted her to do a song with him, and she said that she turned him down because her boyfriend was jealous, and so to keep confusion down, she turned it down, and she said she kicked herself every day because of it. Yeah.
Wait a second. That sounds like that sounds okay. One, she shouldn't have done that, and two, he sounds toxic.
Yeah. Well, she's not with him now, and now she kicking herself because of it. Because she said that she let him make her. She turned down the project with Drake, and she said that because she turned she said after she turned it down, her and the guy ended up breaking up, and guess what? So now you missed out on the opportunity.
That's what he wanted. He was toxic, just like Eva said.
Yeah,
I've been through that too. I've been through there, and it's toxic. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to it.
Toxic relationships.
Yes. I was in a relationship like that, and it was most of it didn't even make sense. It was all emotionally driven, and none of it was valid. None of it was valid.
Yeah,
at all. So.
Okay. Yeah. So Eva, tell us a little bit about schooling. Where did you go to school at, and things like that? You know?
Yeah. So outside of this, I am a regular person, and I do have a regular 9-to-5 job. I work with detox. Is what I'm doing now. I've worked with behavioral health, and I've also worked with geriatric as a certified nursing assistant as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do outside of music.
Okay.
That's awesome.
What school did you go to for grammar school?
I went to, as far as like, well, let me name all the schools, because I've been to quite a few different schools since I was born. My parents kind of moved around a lot. Inside the same state though, which is kind of funny, because most people, when they move outside of a state, but we were inside the state. So I went to Sanchez, which is Maria Sanchez. I also went to Weaver High, which inside Weaver they had different academies. So I graduated from the Journalism and Media Academy School in Hartford, Connecticut. I also went to Burr Middle. I also went to, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember all of them. Oh, I can't remember my middle school.
Do you ever hear anything from any of your teachers or any of the people you went to school with?
I'd say one.
Oh, okay.
Maybe one or two. One of my favorites in high school was Miss Fitzgerald, but she was like everybody's favorite. She was so sweet and loving and very supportive. And then Miss Wagner, Kelly Wagner. She was like one of my favorites too, along with, I think his name was Arnold. I think I had like so many different favorite teachers.
Teachers.
Most of my teachers were my favorite.
Okay. So did you ever have any problems like if you ever listen to Steve Harvey's story, he always talks about the teacher that put him down and told him that he would never make it on TV and this and that. And now look at the man that blew up and life is great for him. Have you ever had a teacher like that?
As far as a teacher, I would say no. As far as people, yes.
Okay.
I did go to the Academy of the Arts, Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts, and they were always supportive there. They always want you to be the best that you can be, because it is an art school and it can be very competitive there. And then once when you leave there, you're on to even more competition. So of course they want you to be the best. So I never had an issue with that there. And at all of my schools, for all of my teachers, I never really had any issues with that. But definitely people in general, yes, people.
So Vonda, this is a question for Vonda too. So did you ever have any teachers that gave you that, that ever said that to you, that you will never amount to nothing or whatever the case?
I remember and I was in middle school. I'm from Baltimore, so at the time the middle school was called Cherry Hill. I forgot the name of it. I know it was 180. It was called 180 out in Cherry Hill. And I was in the 7th grade. Our class was just off the hook. I guess the guidance counselor was just not in the mood that day. And she came in, everybody was asking what they, the question, what you want to be when you grow up, what you want to do. So I said I wanted to be a nurse. It's funny now, because you just think back when people, they were just so miserable once you think back on the person. She told me in front of the whole class, she said, "Oh, you'll never be that."
Wow.
And found her face and kept on talking. I just sat there. I just looked at her. I was like, "Oh, okay, well, anyway." I don't know why it didn't faze me. Everybody was just looking. But after she left out, my teacher that was in the class, she told me, she told me to come to her desk, and I came to her desk, and she told me, she was like, "Vonda, don't you listen to her." She said, "You can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be." She told me that. And so I remember both of those, and for her to correct that right then at that moment, even though that lady put a bad seed, she planted a bad seed into me, into my spirit. My teacher, she came right behind her and planted a good seed in my spirit. So, she interacted with that. So, so I had it on both ends. So I'm glad, and now that I'm old, I can think back how we put into kids' minds, telling them this and that.
Yep.
And to have somebody right there to correct it, because not a lot of us, 9 out of 10, we don't have people if somebody say something mean to us, we don't have no one right there to say, "Oh no, you can do,"
Right.
So that helped me out a lot. But I hate it to me.
So let me tell y'all mine. My experience was I had 2 experiences. One was when I was in 3rd grade. I was in 3rd grade. I remember the principal came into the classroom, and so she wanted us to have our paper straight up and down. There's no way you can write with, I can't write with no piece of paper straight in front of me. I have to turn my paper. She told me, she said, I remember her coming to me and she took my paper and she turned it around. She said, "You'll never learn how to write with your paper like that. Your handwriting's going to always be sloppy and this and that." And I took him. And so I just wanted to say to her, I'm going to say this to her right now. Miss Cleveland.
I can't remember
I
that one.
have the best handwriting that you would ever see.
And you're a writer.
And I want to tell my my 5th grade teacher, Miss Zillanter, that you remember you told me that I would not become a writer. Guess what? I am a published author of 10 books. So I just wanted to let you know that, Miss Zillanter.
Yeah.
Awesome. I always wanted to say that because you know what? That bothered me so badly when they did that to me when I was younger. When that principal told me, the principal snatched my paper and she told me, "You'll never learn how to write. You'll always have a sloppy handwriting." Everybody that's seen my handwriting always say, "You have a very, very nice handwriting." I had people asking me to write for them. So it's like, oh yeah, okay. And then my 5th grade teacher told me that because she used to always tell me that I would never be able to write stories and this and that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong one day, and I did.
That's
so
what
I'm
you
proud
do.
of myself.
Exactly. That's what you do.
Good for you. Clap for yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Good for you.
Because sometimes people will tear you down at a very young age.
Yeah.
And that's why I was asking you, that's why I was asking each one of you guys, have you ever had that where a teacher said something like that to you? That, and when I heard the Steve Harvey story, that really, really, I was like, so, it was very inspiring because I was like, dang, that teacher told him that you will never be on TV with your stuttering self. It's like, what? Who tells a student that?
Yeah.
A dream killer.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
Very much. Yep.
So I'm so grateful that I didn't listen to those people, because if I had to listen to them, I wouldn't be as far as I am today.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm grateful. I'm grateful the fact that it's just like you were saying that your father was your inspiration. He's like the person that your biggest cheerleader. That was the same thing with me. My parents were my biggest cheerleaders for me growing up. And then when I lost my parents, my sister Jean was like my biggest cheerleader. She would always tell me, "Girl, you can do this. Don't you give up." And I'd be like, "Oh, but that's hard." She'd be like, "Oh no, you can do it." So whenever you got people like that in your corner, it is so important to have those people in your corner. And then the naysayers, those naysayers and those people that try and dog you out, that should help you. That should inspire you to.
That's
to
how
want
Grace said. It's good to have them right there too. So they pushes you, so you can, okay, you see, I did this.
Yeah.
So that inspire you.
I think that was the reason why it made me want to write the books the way I did, as many as I had wrote and stuff, because of what she had said to me and how she was trying to damage me and destroy me by, just insulting me and hurting my feelings and things like that. I think that was really what inspired me to keep on moving forward.
That's amazing. And I also had at an adult age, I used to work at Johns Hopkins Hospital as a CNA, close to being a nurse, but I was there, so did that for 14 years. And I had this nurse, I had just started there on that particular floor, and I had this nurse come up to me. I told her my name, but at that time my name was VONDA King, and she was like, she was an Asian nurse. She was so cute. She said, "Oh, that's your name?" She said, "That's beautiful." She said, "I can see your name on a billboard, VONDA King." I was like, "Oh," I just looked at it. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Claim it.
Yeah, right. So
receive it.
Yeah, I received that. I remember her telling me that.
So, Eva, tell the people one more time before we close out the show where they can find you at.
All right. So on Twitter, you can find me at official Eva C. Instagram is Eva Constance Official. On TikTok is Eva Constance Music. I also have my website, evaconstancemusic.com, and there you'll basically find every other social media that I'm on.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure that I put your information inside the page after the show is over with. I usually go in there and I make some changes and corrections and stuff. So when I go in there, I'll make sure that I put your information in there. So if there's anybody on here that wants to follow Eva on her Instagram or Facebook page, or do you have Facebook? Did you say Facebook too? Yeah. And her Facebook, yeah, her Facebook page or any of those pages, you can follow her on her pages. And Vonda, you want to tell them where they can find you at?
Well, I'm on Facebook as Vonda Montgomery. I'm also on Instagram as Vonda Montgomery. I don't really do Twitter. I have my VIP page on Facebook, Vonda's Beautiful Bling Box. You can go ahead and follow me on that page also. So yeah.
Okay.
I just want to say to Eva to stay encouraged, keep writing, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a wonderful job. You're beautiful. Just do what you have to do.
Thank you so much.
Keep up the good work.
I will.
I will continue following you, and I will be rooting you on in the stands. So just don't forget me when you get there to send me a ticket so I can come and watch you.
Yeah, we'll get a ticket.
I'm gonna be the first one in the front. I'm a Hercules. But guys, if you want to follow us on, if you want to follow me on Inspirational Talk with L_Simmons on that is on Instagram, or you can follow my personal page, which is Laura A. Simmons on Instagram. And guys, follow us on YouTube, which is Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. And we want to thank Eva for coming on the show today.
Yay!
And I want to thank Vonda for being my co-host today, and Crystal Baker for being our co-host today too as well. Crystal was having a few problems with her internet service, so she was unable to come back onto the show. But we want to thank her anyway for coming out and helping us out here today on the show. And I really, really, truly appreciate you, Vonda. A hug to you.
Same to you.
And Eva, I want to thank you again for coming on the show. And keep up the good work.
Yes, Eva.
Yeah, keep pushing forward. And I want to thank all of you guys that are watching the show today. Thank you for tuning in to Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons and friends. And we want to say good night, and we love you.
Good night, guys. Love y'all.